Hi guys, Tuger here with a new video, and this video is going to talk about classic WoW. Um, and to be brief, I do miss classic WoW, and that's the truth. I think me being away from the anniversary servers kind of made me realize that I really miss the MMO aspect of classic WoW. The truth is that it is not as simple to come back to the game because obviously it has its faults. I think the economy being that busted, the amount of bots running rampant in the game, the leveling being really just absent because obviously we have that issue which is boosting and always has been boosting and will always be about boosting, something that should be eradicated from any expansion, any game, literally. I detest the way how boosting has incorporated into the gaming sphere. I could talk about retail as well, by the way. I could say that I think getting boosted, literally boosted, so you buy a service with gold to get a certain arena rating, a certain RBG rating, a certain mythic rating achievement. I find it really dumb. I think it should not be existing in a game because obviously what's there after the achievement, because that's the purpose of that achievement is actually to chase that achievement. If you just buy it outright, then why even play the game, right? And I have the same feeling for classic. And then you're going to call me an hypocrite, which you can of course call me an hypocrite. That I am also buying leveling boosts towards my characters. At least one character has been boosted, which is literally my druid. That's the only one that I have boosted from level 20 to level 60, pretty much. With my own gold, I didn't buy gold. With my own gold. I was always poor, but I used my skinning Onyxa skills to sell it to then obviously be able to boost my druid. I think that it is kind of stupid that boosting exists, but if it exists, obviously you can't fault the people for getting into boosts because that's such a time spent equal gold spent equation that is too big to just like ignore, and let alone especially level 40 to level 60 where it becomes a bit hard to level because you have less quests. It becomes very annoying to level in open world because obviously you can get ganked, which is fine, it's world PvP, but it's not fine when there is no one next to you to help you if you get ganked. While in a normal setting where boosting would not be existing, you would see people leveling together and you could do groups activities together and dungeons together, and if you get ganked you're not alone, kind of thing. And that's why it should be banned, because if it's available to the public and it's possible to get boosted for the gold that you can spend if you buy it or if you farm it, it is generally speaking just a good investment. Because the time you will spend to level up, you you could do anything else. You could like work, you could do farming on a second account, you could literally just waste less time leveling, like spend less time leveling as well, so you are faster to your goal, which is level 60, which at the end of the day 60 is like probably the moment where you spend less your time into the game because obviously you have done everything, you're like raid logging or you're doing PvP activities and whatnot. Those kind of things doesn't tie in into a classic sense of the game. I feel like if you want classic to be the MMO you want it to be, and you are talking about a classic as the MMO it should be, you should definitely ban boosting. It makes the world very small. It makes leveling trivial. It makes it like a bit dirty. You feel a bit dirty by leveling normally because you're spending way much time on things that you could maybe like just swipe or spend the gold that you have earned somehow somewhere and spend less time leveling. And you're going to say, but why ban it? Like, that's not a problem. The problem are the bots. Well, to be fair, it's a conjunctural problem. You have GDKPs, which you buy gold or someone buys gold and it funds the raid kinda, and you get gold, and it's RMT at the end of the day. Even if you didn't buy the golds came from somewhere. So you ban GDKP, that's great, but you didn't ban the other things that actually generates gold or makes it possible to sell gold. Like, for example, Warlock Summoners, or for example, fly hacking, which is still a thing in 2025 for some reason, on a game that exists since 2004. So Blizzard doesn't have a solution for that for some reason. And you allow boosting, which is generating immense amount of gold. For some reason, it is okay to spend 200 gold per 5 runs, as if 200 gold is nothing, which is currently nothing because of the economy. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is the boosting. The problem is that if even the boosting doesn't exist, let's say they say, look, you cannot recruit anyone to boost your dungeons, they could just still do those dungeons to get those raw materials and sell it or vendor it, literally creating new gold into the economy, and then obviously never getting depleted because that gold just stays into your economy. Because if you're spending something with your gold, it would be on the auction house or through trading. So basically that gold will always stay in the economy until you spend that gold to destroy pretty much on gear that you have to repair or something you have to buy somewhere somehow. Like, there is no deflation and mechanics in classic WoW enough to supply and to not ruin the gold economy with, let alone like just like deflationary aspect, like for example vendoring or buying stuff from the vendors, which generally speaking you're not doing it anyways because there is nothing to buy from the vendors. So there's a few things there that really is irritating to me. And another reason why you would ban boosting, it would also to be like making boosting or like self solo dungeoning, like literally pulling everything and like clearing them as a mage just for materials, for example. That should also be gone for some reason. They just need to break the pathing for sure, and also make it somehow some way that the mobs cannot get slowed past a certain point. If that mob survives 20 seconds or whatever, you cannot slow it anymore. So the pathing is gone, so they just run straight at you somehow, some way. If you're a mage and you're using Blizzard, that pathing is destroyed, for example. I don't know, they could do so many things. Because again, DMT, that's something else. But like, destroy the pathing for specific mage boosting where if you Blizzard too much, the pathing breaks, something like that. And you cannot slow it, so they will just run at you like monkeys and they will just destroy you because you're a mage. And you could maybe like do the same for roots, like you cannot root 2 times in 20 seconds, for example. Something like that. I don't know. It would break for some things, but I think at the end it would just make the game better. And some people are saying to me that if boosting wasn't in the game, you would see a lot less players playing, which I will disagree. You will just see less alts playing. And that's fine. The player base will stay. The people that are playing that want alts, they are going to grind for those alts, and you will see more people in open world, so you will for sure be able to play in dungeons, play in open world groups, doing the quests that are supposed to be done in groups, and you're not going to skip them because it's a lot of XP, a lot of items that you could get. I feel like they really let Anniversary down, man. Those problems were already existing in private servers, already existed in 2019, and still exist today in every single capacity. If it's like right now in Cataclysm, where you could also boost, which is also disgusting, where you could also boost right now in Classic Anniversary, Classic Era, even in retail you can do that. Those are like really annoying things that should just be gone from any MMORPG era, like ever. If you're selling tanking services or healing services, that's something else, man. At the end of the day, I don't like those services, but it is a social thing to sell your sword or your services somehow, some way. So I could like find a RP thing. But I don't get that a level 20 gets XP when a level 60 is in a group. That should just not happen. Mob tagging, that's something else. That's like, again, it's outside of the box. You cannot really buy anything from that, and you can ruin it in open world. Like, if you see someone mob tag like that, you can just like camp the level 60 that is doing that. So you can respond to that. You cannot respond to a mage boosting. Talking about summoning, I think summoning networks kind of sucks. Makes the world very, 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 very lonely. Very Stormwind and Okrim are heavy. You're not really going on the world. You're not really traveling anymore. And again, you're going to say, "Oh, you hypocrite! You also buy summoning into Azeroth, into Ashara. Whenever you're going to get your dowsers, now you have Eternal or whatever in like phase 1, phase 2. Whenever you wanted to go to Winterspring, you would just not travel there. You would just summon there. You hypocrite! Why? The truth is, like I said with boosting, yes, you can call me like that, and I am a hypocrite for doing that, but I also value my time, and if it's available, it would be stupid to not do so. Because the time I would spend traveling would definitely be used somewhere else. So, if I can just like talk to a bot, literally a bot, like inviting me directly for 8 gold to get to Winterspring, that value is instantly refunded somehow, some way because of my time. And I find it still stupid that it is available like that. That someone can have 40 characters out of the world with 3 accounts, and you already know what happens with that gold. Most likely it is a mafia that is selling the gold into like websites, or they are getting gold for themselves. That's possible. I have friends that are like doing summoning themselves alone with like 3 accounts, and they're doing it for themselves, and that's great. But that's like a minority of all summoners, and you cannot undercut at all. So it means that there is no real economy. There is no, you cannot really like, the prices are set because they are set, and they are always going up, up, up. They are saying telling to everyone like, okay, this is the minimum price, 10 gold, and if you go 8 gold, we report you, which kind of sucks again, because the reporting system is really bad in like World of Warcraft games in general. Like, it doesn't matter which version it is. It's retail, if it's a Cataclysm, or if it's like Anniversary Service or SOD, you get reported. They just take it as a automatic system, which is unfortunate. It didn't happen to me yet, but I understand how annoying can be. And the truth is, that should be gone as well. So summoning should be gone. The boosting should be gone. And a lot of the stuff that I'm talking to you, you're going to throw it at me as I am a hypocrite. But the truth is, I want those things to make my experience way more enjoyable. And I would be leveling right now on the classic servers to prepare for TBC, but I don't find the power in me to do so, because I know I'm going to go the easy way, which is boosting myself or buying the 58 boost when it's going to come out. But I find it really dumb that they are leaving it like this. They messed up the Anniversary Service, in my opinion. The Black Lotus change came way too late, as if they are benefiting from it. Like, that's weird how late it came. Like, it seems like Blizzard wanted it to be like a mess, and that's really the annoying part. There are many stuff that they need to do and address to change how World of Warcraft is, like classic, but I would say every single every single version, to make it a true MMORPG again. The same for retail. I find it super stupid how boost carries are like legalized. Same for Cataclysm. The same you could say for Cataclysm. You can say also like a lot of streamers are like getting the benefits for it with euros, with dollars, and literally getting those people getting boosted to a certain rank. And that's okay for Blizzard, because it is like in this service channel, which I think should just never happen and never exist. I find bots still stupid with the fly hacks, to the point where, why would you even go herbing right now? Why would you even go mining? Why would you even go any profession right now? There is no reason for you to go blacksmithing right now if you want your gear, because truthfully, there is no money to be made because you have a lot of bots that can do it for you. If you're saying I need a fiery weapon, you get 8 whispers from people that are using automatic systems to whisper people that want fiery weapon. It really sucks. I find it just not an MMORPG anymore. I find classic to not be classic anymore. And that's why I want to become and to play classic again. Like literally, like it's stupid like I'm saying that, but my mind is telling me go play classic, man. You're missing it. But then I already know the result that's going to be happening. I'm going to be frustrated with the things I've seen. The PvP system, that's something else. I think that's like outside of the thing. It always was like this, so there is no like really reasons to change it right now. But that's a part in the end game which I don't like. But that's outside of the bot issue, outside of the RNT issue, outside of the economy issue. I could live with the PvP system being how it is, if everything was alright. But it feels like GDKP is gone, but everything else that was also ruining the game is not gone, which I find the easiest part to be gone. Uh, like if GDKP was a problem, and I found it a problem, if GDKP was a problem for RMT, why is mage boosting okay? Because it's like, how can you justify someone that is level 20 that spends 20 gold per 5 run for stockades? Like, where does the gold come from? Obviously from their mains, but the truth is, even their mains doesn't have like the gold making mechanics to get that gold. They're just buying the gold most of the time. Most of the time, 90% of the time that is getting boosting, the booster, they're getting just gold from the website, from multiple services, or they already have like a stash of gold already available since then. But the truth is that you cannot justify anything past that point. And you're going to say, but that gold is made because I have a mage booster. The truth is that mage booster gets more money from people that are buying gold from websites, and that's the issue for me. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that because my kids are making a lot of noises, so I think you're going to hear that anyways. But I just wanted to make that video. I truly miss Classic WoW. People are saying to me, play Turtle WoW. The issue with Turtle WoW for me is it is not fresh, so it's already like past the point where I am actually that interested. And it is a private server client, and I am allergic to clients from private server. Like TBC Warmain, that's fun for a PvP, but the truth is I'm getting irritated by the client as well. My add-ons don't want to work as well. I have to go to GitHub to get like those add-ons, so it really sucks. So obviously that is something why I'm just don't want to play Turtle WoW, and it's the same reason why Turtle WoW and Warmain, I like put everything into one basket, and I'm saying like that's private server thing. I don't care. I just want Classic Anniversary to be really classic, and I think there's just no way back. I don't know they're going to ban. Like if they don't ban boosting, or they don't remove boosting, just remove the ability to boost. Point of the line, boost, but also to solo clear dungeons. I think being able to generate gold out of nothing based because of your class that is able to do that is stupid, because the economy just like fails very hard. But that aside, if you're not doing that in TBC, it's going to be even worse. And if they don't change the thing about Terracon, and a lot of people like saying Terracon is an issue, the truth is that is the issue. The previous classic as well, it costs a lot of money. It's very it's a hassle, it's a bottleneck for a lot of stuff. If they don't change that, then truly they don't learn from their mistakes. Black Lotus was a mistake, and they made the mistake still. I think that change was like even like as far as phase 3, which is asinine. They should have done that at phase 1, basically, for me. And the economy would not fail like that. So yeah, again, great. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate you. It was a rant at the end of the day. You're going to say that I should go back to Mr. Pandara if I don't like it. Truth is, Mr. Pandara is going to come out in 1 month. It's going to be very fun, but it is non-classic. Like, it is also not retail, but it's also not classic. It's an in-between, which is fine. But I miss the MMORPG, classic WoW, vanilla, literally 1 to 60, the low power creep, the adventure with friends, and it feels like there is no adventure anymore because of all the things I have said: the summoning, the boosting, multitude of things. just in general the economy. So there is no reason for you to really grind gold with herbing and whatnot, because again, you have so many bots with fly hacking that doesn't even make sense. Mining as well, you need to be literally in instances to be able to grind gold, which is like, I don't know. It wasn't like this before. In 2019, we already knew how it was, and they didn't fix anything. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.